Matthew 28 is being obedient to what God has called us to do, what the church is supposed to be about. And often within the church we become sort of complacent, and we forget what our purpose is, what we are to be doing.
I was a little skeptical when it first was talked about, and at first I thought, oh, there's going to be a big change, which we aren't too good at making changes. But as it went on, it's proven itself.
Matthew 28 opened possibilities where it was a matter of finding the right people for the right jobs and ministries, and then giving them the responsibility and the authority to go with it. And that's really been a freeing concept for us. We didn't know we could do things that way. And so now our emphasis is much more on our staff, both paid and unpaid, and the people, just the average person in the pew, that if they have a passion or we see gifts and skills in them, then they're allowed to run with something as long as, it doesn't violate major principles of the church.
And one of the things that's been happening here with us is a focus on getting lay people involved as staff, and them leading other lay people to be involved in ministry and doing ministry. It's going to do far beyond what I'm able to do as pastor. There are certain areas where I'm gifted and comfortable in ministry, and there are other things I'm not very good at. But there are people in the church who have those other gifts and those other strengths.
Doing the Matthew 28, you always take chances. Some things work, some things don't, but without us getting into that, this church was dying, and now it is back to life, and we have a lot of young children that now come. Our youth group is getting large, and it's if you don't take that plunge, you're not going to get any better, you're not going to grow, and the church is going to die.
I would feel sad if a church wanted to grow and wouldn't embrace this opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity, and I think for us it was the perfect storm in a positive sense, that as a leadership team we recognized we were not where we should be. We wanted to be doing more, but we didn't know how.
What I would say is you can do something, and you can start just by praying and asking God, Lord, what is it that we can do? And then look around your neighborhood, because there's always a niche. There's always somewhere that perhaps you could go out and serve. You could take cookies to teachers and just love on the teachers twice a year and say thank you to firefighters and to policemen. Just go into trailer parks and maybe show a movie. You could just do the smallest thing, but when it's done because God has called you to do it, the harvest is going to be incredible. So I think I would challenge churches, never give up. Even if you're 20 that come to worship, there's some way that God wants you to touch lives.